What's going on everyone, you're back with your boy Jono for another quick math lesson. Today we're going to have a look at the difference between speed and velocity, and this is actually an extension on our last lesson. Understanding the difference between distance and displacement is incredibly important for this lesson, so if you're not 100% on top of that, please go look at my last video. So just like how distance and displacement are linked, we're both kind of talking about how far we've gone, speed and velocity are also linked. The best thing about these ones is that it's just the distance and displacement that we're finding, and we just have to divide it by time. So speed is just distance divided by time, and velocity is just displacement divided by time. So these two things are incredibly similar. We're just looking for a little bit more nuance when we're finding our displacement. Just because we are dividing units by time, there is actually a convention that most scientists use, and you're probably pretty familiar with them. We're usually going to be talking about meters divided by second or meters per second, or we're going to be talking about kilometers per hour. Again, we're going to go to a swimming pool example. This time I'm going to swim 4 laps. I've done 200 meters and it's taken me 2 minutes and 30 seconds. What's really important here is that my distance was 200 meters, but my displacement, because I've gone up and back, my displacement is actually 0 meters. Therefore, when I'm trying to find out my speed, I've got to take my total distance, my 200 meters, and divide it by time. Remember that I said the convention was meters per second, so instead of writing 200 divided by 2.3 or 2.5, I have to convert those minutes into seconds. So my distance is 200 meters divided by 150 seconds. If you just throw this into your calculator, you get the answer of 1.333, and I need to remember to put my units in, meters divided by second or meters per second. So this is my speed for my full 200 meters that I swam. When I'm looking for my velocity, this is actually an incredibly easy example. Because my displacement was 0, all I've got to do is 0 meters divided by the 150 seconds, so my velocity was 0 meters per second in no direction. For these questions, you do get an answer for the magnitude, so the number, but you also have to give me the correct units. So if you forgot to put meters per second afterwards, you would actually lose a mark, which is super annoying. Always just check that you've got units after a number, just to make sure that you're getting full marks that you deserve. So when we're talking about these speed and velocity questions out of a worded problem, the most important thing that we can do is draw our arrows correctly to start off and to scale. So for this one, I've gone 6 kilometers east and then 2 kilometers west. If I wanted to find my total speed for this, if it took me half an hour or 30 minutes, what speed was I going? The overall distance for this was 8 kilometers, and because it took me 30 minutes, I'm going to put that as 0.5 hours. All I have to do to find my speed is 8 kilometers divided by 0.5, so I know that I was traveling at 16 kilometers per hour, and that's done. For my speed, we don't have to have any direction at all. However, for the velocity, it is different because my displacement is different to the overall distance. In this example, I've only traveled 4 kilometers east, not 8 kilometers in total. So that means that my velocity is the 4 kilometers east divided by that 0.5 again. So my overall velocity is just 8 kilometers per hour, and I absolutely need to have a direction. So I've definitely gone 8 kilometers per hour east. Again, if you do forget to have that direction, you lose a mark. So it's something that's really important to have. My number one tip for this, I've harped on it all the time, is drawing out our arrows to scale with a ruler at the very start. It'll just give you a really good understanding of what the answer is going to be before you even have to do any maths. Thanks so much for watching this lesson, and I'll see you soon.